Hello, I'm Professor Wen, and you can also call me Lisa. So thank you very much for you to join this webinar. So in this webinar, I will spend around 30 minutes, to share with you some insights about brand. And after that, we will have around 15 minutes for Q&A session. So if you have any questions you want to ask me, please feel free, to type in your questions into the Q&A sessions, So before that, what about I play a game with you together? So now, let me show you something. So do you know that what are the top 3 global brands in the world? So now, what about I give you 10 seconds, to do this guess. When you finish the guessing, you can just type in your answer into the message box. So our colleagues, will calculate, the top 3 brands that are cited by most of you after maybe 15 or 20 seconds. So thank you. So what do you think? Some of you say Apple. Some of you say Google. Some of you say maybe quite a lot of answers. Some of you say even mention Nike. Very good guess. So what about, let me show you the answer. So according to Intern 2019, the best global brands rankings. The top 3 brands are Apple, Google, and Amazon. So do you know that which one is the first one? Yes, I'm sure that most of you, get this answer correct. It's Apple. And the second one is Google, and the third one is Amazon. So I think, maybe this answer are not too surprising because I also know that most of my friends said that when they just wake up, they will get their iPhone to read the message, And after getting some message from their boss, they will do some Google search, to search some information. And then recently, some of my friends even tell me that they will go to Amazon to buy a lot of things because of the coronavirus. They need to stay at home. So that's why, this is not too surprising. So what about the next guess? What about 10 years ago? What do you think? What do you think their top 3 brands around the world, 10 years ago? So now I give you another 10 seconds and see whether you know how to, say the 3 brands, 10 seconds. See who, which brand, you think that should be the top 3. And thank you for your message. I know that some of you already typed some answers, Very good. So I will let our colleagues to do some calculations. So please wait for a moment. Or you can keep typing the answer. They will keep calculating the 3 most rated, brands 10 years ago. Oh yes. Some of you say should be Microsoft, McDonald's, and Sony. So 10 years ago, most of you guessed maybe these 3 brands. Very good guess. Now let me show you the answer according to the. I already showed you. Yes, 10 years ago. Do you think this is quite surprising to you? The first one is Coca-Cola, and the second one is IBM, and the third one is Microsoft. Let me show you another, figures, So according to this figure, it's demonstrated in the past 10 years, there's some rankings, of the global brands. So starting from 2010, you can see that there's some difference there, right? So maybe I ask you to spend another few seconds to have a look on this figure first. So see whether you can observe some interesting pattern here. So you will see that in 2010, where is Apple? Can you find it? No, right? But starting in 2011, Apple, you can see that, it's ranked number 8. And starting from 2012, it jumped significantly, to the top 2, And from there, and since, 2013, it becomes number 1 until now, So this is a very interesting information that Apple jumped significantly, within the past 10 years. So another interesting thing is that you can see that Coca-Cola used to be number 1, starting from 2010 to 2012, And after that, its ranking dropped a little bit, okay, but still the top 3. But until recently, okay, it dropped out of the top 4, okay, and recently it is ranked number 5. So let me also show you this figure. So this figure is also very interesting because it shows you the pattern, okay, even more clearly about the performance of each brand. So why I want to show you this figure? So because one important thing that I want to share with you is that the brand performance, okay, is really closely related to our consumer preference. So you will see that in the recent years, it seems that consumers more rely on the technology, and that's why the top 3 brands actually are from the technology brand, just like Apple, Google, and Amazon. Okay, so this is one thing. Another thing I want to let you know that is that to be number 1 is not easy. You see that just within the 10 years, the ranking among each brand can change significantly. So that's why this is an overall pictures of branding. So today I will spend some time on discussing some basic questions about the brand, okay, after showing you this big picture. So the first question is, of course, is the basic one. What is a brand? And the second question is talking about why branding is so important. And the last question actually is a topic today. Do you think that getting famous means that you can be very successful? Okay, so actually this is the questions that I want to ask all of you. I put it as a topic today because I want to spend some time to discuss with you later. So what about we talk about what is a brand first? So now, if we talk about brand and branding, what do you think? Do you think brand is a kind of just like a product? Or do you think brand can also apply to service? And if we talk about branding, okay, I should say that quite a lot of you, okay, will give me an answer like brand is like a logo, brand may also refer to image, and brand sometimes also you will think about reputation. So if there's a lot of concepts related to brand, then what is a brand actually? So maybe I show you the definitions, okay, from the AMA, okay, this is stand for American Marketing Association. So according to this, okay, they think that brand is like a combination of all of the these kinds of different concepts, just like name, term, size, symbol, design, or even you can say logo, okay. So all this thing, okay, all this perception combination of them, actually the key purpose is to help, okay, a firm to identify the goods and service, okay, or from the consumer point of view, okay, is to help them to distinguish these kinds of products from one seller to another seller, okay. So another thing is branding can also give us some function like to create amounts of awareness, reputations, and prominence in the marketplace. In other words, brand is not just a product, it's far more than a product, because when we talk about products, but without a brand, then it is very hard for you to create awareness, okay, reputations for customer to know about you. So that's why brand is something more than products, and it can help us to do something like identifications as well as differentiations. It can help you to differentiate one brand from another brand, okay? So if you understand what is a brand, then the next question that I want to discuss with you is why branding is so important, okay? Maybe I show you one research finding first, okay? So this is a research findings, okay, conducted by a researcher. So in this research, they invite some customer to do a product taste test, okay, and they invite them to taste some turkey meat, okay, and actually they invite participants and then they separate them into two groups, okay, and randomly assign them into two different groups. And one group they mentions that they will taste product A, and another group, okay, they will ask them to taste product B. But actually, the two products are the same. The only things that they want to test them is telling them that, okay, the group one, okay, participant, okay, what the product that you're tasting actually is from a well-known brand, okay, very well-known brand. But for the second group, okay, they tell the participants that, oh, this product is from a new brand. That means you're not that familiar with, but they just try to see how you react to that product. And after the product tasting test, do you know what's happened? Okay, remember, these two products actually are the same product. And the results demonstrate that's very interesting. The majority of the participants think that, okay, brand A tastes significantly better than brand B. So in other words, if you think the products, okay, with a well-known brand, definitely it will influence consumers, preference, okay, on the products. They even think that they taste better, but actually they're the same products. So this is a very interesting research telling us that why branding is so important, at least to the customer. Okay, it can help them to develop trust. Because if we're talking about a commodity means just a product without any brand. Because consumers, do not know about you, then definitely they don't have any trust on the product quality, right? But once you develop a brand, and the brand, okay, creates some reputation, awareness in the market, definitely it can help consumers to develop trust, okay, in the product. And if you can do more about brand building and you employ a lot of successful branding strategy, and one day you become a strong brand, then definitely this kind of trust will increase significantly. So consumer will have more, confidence in buying your products, and even one day they will become so loyal to your brand. And this is very important because once your brand gets famous, and whenever you offer some new products in the market, they are more willing to choose your products, right? So this is one point. Another point I want to share with you is, actually this is a question again. So if you see this is a water, okay, I show you this water. So how much are you willing to pay for this water? How much? Okay, some of you may say $1 or $2, or some of you say no. Okay, I see some of my friends here saying no. Okay, yeah, it's interesting because I used to ask this question to my students before. Some of the students give me a very interesting answer. They said, even you give me money, I will not buy it, okay, because I don't know what is it, okay. Maybe it's some of the dangerous, ingredients inside, something like that. Very interesting. How about this one? This brand, what do you think? How much are you willing to pay? Yes, okay, some of you say maybe $5, $6. Yes, so this one, I'm sure that you have a higher confidence in buying that because it's a well-known brand. So how about this one? Perrier, okay, Perrier. So I'm sure that if I ask this question, you are more willing to pay more than $10 because this is a kind of luxury brand, okay, in the water markets. So in this example, it also illustrates one point to the firm. That's why it is very important for us to build a brand. It's because if you can successfully build a strong brand and even a luxury brand, then definitely, wow, you can charge higher price. And actually, consumers are more willing to pay you the higher price because of what? Because of trust. Just like the slides that I showed you before, they trust your products already because they trust the product quality. They definitely are more willing to spend more money, okay, on your products. So that's why these two examples illustrate why branding is so important, okay? Then this is another question, okay? Because we are all suffer from coronavirus recently, okay, the COVID-19 really hurt the industry a lot, okay, and we also know that many firms, okay, many sellers start to cut a lot of price, okay, because this is I should say that unfortunately because we all want to survive in the markets, and that's why recently the majority of the retailers try to cut the price and hope, okay, they can survive in the short run, right? So in this case, do you think that branding is, useless? I mean, even you spend a lot of money on branding before, it seems that under this kind of coronavirus period, it seems that still, okay, we need to, cut the price, okay. So what do you think about this question? What do you think? Okay, maybe I'll show you another example. So in this example, I want to show you something related to luxury brands. So what do you think? If we talk about the pricing strategy, do you think the luxury brand under the coronavirus situations, they will cut their price significantly? Okay, some of you may say no, maybe they just try to maintain the price. And some of you may say that, yes, you think that they may need to cut their price a little bit, okay, or try to attract the customer, something like that. But I want to show you the examples. It's like that the foreign brands actually, they keep increasing the price this year, just like Rolex, okay? They increased the price from 3 to 6% on January, okay? And LV, okay, even increased the price, twice, okay, once on March and once on May, okay, and on average they increased around 15% and more than 15%. And for Chanel, okay, they also recently just increased the price, okay, for their leather goods products. So why these brands, okay, can increase the price during this kind of a hard time? So do you think why? If you read some newspaper, okay, they used to interview, okay, this kinds of brand, okay, and some of the answer is talking about because of the cost of materials, because they also facing the increase, okay, in the cost, so that's why they still need to increase the price, okay, to make them, to maintain the revenue. But another point is that why consumers still willing to pay? Okay, this is the key issue. Okay, I'm sure that some of you already know the answer, is that because when they buy these kinds of luxury products, they really want to get the social prestige feeling. And they think that this kinds of thing, okay, they are more willing, okay, to spend money on them, and they think this is valuable because this kind of social prestige is a kind of related to self-esteem things, okay. That's why they are willing to buy. They think this is worth of money. And another point is that these kinds of luxury products, actually, some consumers may think that they have investment value. That means they predict that this kinds of brand, actually, that is true. They keep increasing the price from each year, actually. So that's why once you buy the brand now, then you just keep it, okay, maybe after 10 years, the value of this brand still keep increasing, and then you can resell in the markets. They have the value. So that's why this is also one of the reasons why we need to develop a strong brand, especially if you have the power. Luxury brand is a very good choice for you because it can make the consumer less price sensitive even during the economic recession periods. Okay, so this is one of the things I want to share with you. Okay, here come to the last questions, and this is also a questions that I really want to discuss with all of you, because when we talk about successful brand, do you think that getting famous is the only way, okay, for us to be successful? What do you think? Maybe some of you say, yes, definitely, because getting famous is not easy. Getting famous means, getting popular, many people know about you. Definitely, okay, it means successful, right? Before I answer you this question, what about I show you this example, okay? So, have you ever seen this product, okay? So I'm sure that, okay, some of you know this brand products very well because it is very famous in terms of its creativity in preparing this kinds of sushi, mix and match, right? Mixed with candies and ice cream with the sushi, right? So do you think they're famous? I'm sure that, yes, famous. But famous in what? Okay, famous in this kinds of, number one, in terms of the bad food, okay, bad food quality. So that's why I'm sure that I already answered some of the some parts of this question. That means how to be a successful brand. Is this only getting famous? Definitely not. But I'm sure that yes, okay, getting famous is a necessary condition for a brand to be successful, but not sufficient. So what I want to tell you is that, okay, is if you want to be a successful brand, definitely just famous is not enough. You also need to create likability as well as loyalty to the customers. Of course, here I just give you the 3 key components of what means by successful brand. But you can add more, okay? You can add a little bit more elements. Maybe, for example, some of you may think that sometimes luck may also is a key component for you to be successful, right? Just like recently, all of us are very surprised about the COVID-19. It hurt the world so much, okay? And that's why during this hard time, if a brand still can survive or even become very successful, I'm sure that, okay, luck is also as a some elements, okay, here. That means because we cannot predict the change of the world, the situation, something really happen, just like this kind of virus, you know, it's really unpredictable to us, okay? So once you know about the formula of a successful brand, then the next question is how to do so. I'm sure that all of you want to know about this, right? Maybe let me illustrate some key elements to you. So if we want to have a successful brand building strategy, the first of the things that we need to know is to have a very good understanding about these 2 groups of people. One is customers, another one is competitors, right? So customers means profits, okay, to you if we talk about a firm, okay? Competitors means they are someone who will steal your profits, okay, from your market. So that's why maybe I just spend a few minutes, okay, to illustrate these 2 concepts to you here. Yes, I know that when we talk about customers, most of you will have a pretty good knowledge of what means by customers. And you will say that, okay, customer means that we need to do something like market research, okay, know about, okay, who is your target market, and that's why once you know your target markets, then you need to do a lot of marketing strategy to target them, how to satisfy their needs and wants. But is that enough? For a successful brand, if you just have a very good understanding about your target customer, is that enough? No, okay. Some of my friends here say no, okay. Why? Okay, because there's still another group of customers that we need to take care of. Can you guess? I give you 3, 2, 1, okay, seconds to guess. Let me show you now, okay. Internal customers. Internal customers mean employees. And actually at this point is not many of people, take care of. But I can tell you that especially for the service company, we really need to take care of the internal branding. So there's a term called internal branding. That means you also need to communicate your brand vision, mission to your employees and to motivate them to work for you. And to, of course, the best is to develop relationship with them so that they will also fall in love with your brands. Why we need to do so? Because they are the one who directly interact with your target customer. So if you make them happy, definitely your customer will be happy, right? If you make them unhappy, there's a chance for you to lose some of your customers. Okay, and yeah, some of the managers may say that, okay, if I cannot, manage those internal employees, they think should be fine because they can easily recruit other, employees to replace them, right? It really depends on industry, I think. Okay, so we can generate a lot of discussion here, but I just want to raise another point here is that for some industry, it is also possible for some of the star employees. They will even, bring some of your key customers to your competitors. So in this case, you can predict what happened, right? Your competitors, will get not only your internal employees, but also your internal customer, but also your external customers. So that's why another key components, that we also need to think about is the competitors, And when we talk about competitors, there are also 2 types actually. One is direct competitors, Okay, so I'm sure that this one you understand it very well. That means when you work in a particular industry, okay, then you will easily, it's very easily for you to identify who is your, or who are your, direct competitors. But actually, in the market, there are also some indirect competitors that may also affect your business. Okay, maybe I give you another illustration here. When we think about our target customer, normally this is also related to the competitors, right? Once you identify a particular group of customer, then you will know about who are your competitors. And sometimes when we think about competitors and we do some competitor analysis, we may just focus on some direct competitors, but less likely to focus on the indirect one. Maybe I'll give you an example. What do you think? If I show you McDonald's, okay, just like in the fast food industry, what do you think are the competitors for McDonald's? I'm sure that all of you will immediately think of KFC, because in my previous lectures, all my students say KFC, KFC, KFC. Okay. Then I show them another example. Okay. Then they start to smile. Okay. Yes, Pizza Hut sometimes. For example, during the lunchtime, okay, you will see that you cannot eat McDonald's every day, right? Sometimes you want to change your preference. Not KFC, but Pizza Hut. What about this one? Cafe de Carol? I'm sure that you also, yeah, sometimes I would, to eat this rather than McDonald's if I think of fast food. Okay, I'm talking about fast food restaurant. How about this one? I'm sure that all of you smile again. Okay, yes. The next one is also a very famous local brand, okay, selling noodles. But noodle is not selling hamburgers, right? So do you think that it still counts as a competitor? I'm sure that now you will say, yes, they are competitor, not a direct one, but indirect one. Do they have a significant impact on, McDonald's? I'm not sure, but you can see that not many of your friends, okay, will eat McDonald's every day. Some of them will shift to eat noodles, right? So in this points, okay, I just want to let you know that don't define competitions too narrowly. You also have to think about who are the indirect competitors. So the last thing, okay, the last concept today, I think is very useful for us, okay, to build up a brand. Is talking about a customer-based brand equity. So brand equity is just like create some brand value. Value, okay, also means assets. I mean, once you develop this kinds of brand equity, then ultimately, okay, there's a high chance for you, okay, for your brand to be sustainable. Just like in this theory, it's proposed that there are 4 key steps, okay, for us to do brand building. The first step is talking about identity. That means in this first step, we are talking about who are you. That means how you can tell your target customer or even your competitors who are you, okay? To give them some identity, at least at this moment, you need to generate some awareness, recognition from your target customer. Maybe as well as your competitors to let them know you enter the market, okay? Once you develop this identity, okay, the next step you have to think about is the meaning. Okay, what are you? That means you need to create a brand meaning. You need to tell your target customer a little bit more about what are the selling points of your brand. Okay, is this your brand is selling excellent products with reasonable price? That means it's really valuable, okay, to customer. Or is this your brand is trying to deliver, okay, something like social prestige feeling, okay, to the customer, just like you want to develop luxury brand, okay, so the customer will develop some desire, okay, to get your brand, okay. So here is talking about brand meaning. So in this part, we also need to do a lot of marketing, sales and marketing strategy to develop this kinds of create brand meaning. Okay. just like in recent years, just like digital marketing also is a very popular strategy for us to deliver this kinds of meanings to your target customers. And the next step is response. That means, what do I think or feel about you? That means, can your brand ultimately generate this kinds of response to the customer? Because sometimes, even though you develop the identity, that means you create the brand awareness in the market. Even you also create the meaning, okay, you tell your customer a lot of things about your product, your service, the excellent things, okay. But all this doesn't mean that your customer will accept it. That means whether they really like your product, like your service, and like your brand, right? Just like the example I cited before, even you create very, a certain degree of awareness in the market by some creativity, creative products, okay, just like creative sushi. Still, do you think that customer really like this kind of product? You need to ask them first, okay? So that's why in this case, okay, the first step is really important, because in this step we are talking about whether you can generate this kinds of positive response from your target customer, whether they really feel good about your products and brands, whether they are more willing to spend money, okay, to obtain or buy your products or service, okay? If yes, then congratulations. That means at least, okay, you generate some of this positive response. Then the next step is, the final step, is relationships. This part is very important. That means it's talking about what about you and me. What about, talk about our relationships, whether the customer are willing to keep spending money on you. Because when we talk about the first step, okay, talk about the response, okay, it's just talk about maybe just one-time response. That means, oh, I want to try your products, okay, I pay money now. But next time, when they see another competitor's product, they also think they looks good, then they will switch to other products or services. So in this case, that means you do not develop any relationship with them. So if you really want your brand to be sustainable, that means the last step is also very important. That means you have to think about some strategy to keep your customer, to maintain the trust, okay, and keep buying your products. And if you really can build the loyalty, definitely the good thing is they not just, okay, keep staying, okay, with you. They may also bring a lot of friends, okay, to try your products, okay, because they will create a positive word of mouth, okay, just like referral, okay. So in this case, okay, this is a very good thing that to keep your brand sustainable. So this is just, the key of this theory. That means 4 steps, okay, and see whether you can go through each step, step by step, okay. And ultimately, the goal is to build relationship with the customers. So that's why, okay,